Day 2 of the Africa Climate Summit. More than 10 presidents arrived for the crucial talks, which are expected to put Africa on the path of adequately addressing climate change challenges from one point of view.
Africa is the continent with 60% of the world's renewable energy assets. This is the continent that is the lungs of the world. We have the largest natural carbon sequestration infrastructure.
In South Sudan, we are endowed with the natural resources, and the challenges we face as a country are about finding ways to exploit these resources.
We are also committed in nurturing the ecosystems that hold the promise of creating thousands of new jobs and unlimited national economic and global benefit.
Africa Development Bank President Akinwumi Adesina announced a commitment of $25 million to help the continent deal with the effects of climate change and at the same time calling on financiers to prioritize Africa's needs.
That's why the African Development Bank is implementing a $20 billion desert-to-power program to harness the power of solar and deliver electricity for 250 million people.
President Ruto says that Kenya uses 15% of its GDP to address the effects of climate change, thus slowing down development as finances meant for other projects are diverted to deal with climate-related issues.
We need to have a conversation about carbon tax. Yes. We believe it is the only way, it is among the ways that we can raise additional and adequate resources for us to finance our development.
The world is facing many challenges, but none has become so apparent, so threatening, and so devastating as the threat of climate change.
Ruto is, however, proposing the use of carbon credits from Africa in exchange for lowering debts that most African nations are struggling to pay.
Many of our countries are headed into debt distress because of climate change. Let's be honest. We are suffering the most.
Our strategy is to position ourselves as an attractive destination for international climate financing and investment.
Environmental law, which is the Environmental Management and Coordination Act, provides for a number of principles. One of them is what we call polluter pays principle, which allows the polluter to be able to pay for any pollution.
The elephant in the room is, will the proposal to have carbon credits offset debts owed to African nations be accepted by the biggest emitters? Dan Kaburu, K24 from KICC in Nairobi.